Good day, my name is Carla van Deventer. My student number is 202691. In this essay, I've discussed three second-order concepts of history. The first being multi-perspectivity. Multi-perspectivity is the viewpoint or the different perspectives of a story or any situation that can arise. When we look at history, it's the different perspectives around the history subject. How we can use multi-perspectivity in the classroom is through looking at different concepts like the community. In the community, we have different people helping us, and children have a viewpoint or heard how others perceive someone or a job of the community. If we are street cleaner, it can maybe have a negative, people can have a negative viewpoint of a street cleaner. But if we look at different aspects, if we look at a different viewpoint and teach the kids to look at it as a different viewpoint. What does a street cleaner help us with? What do they do? What would the streets look like if we do not have a street cleaner? So should we have a negative viewpoint or a positive one? Or maybe someone in healthcare, how do we view a healthcare worker? How do you view a healthcare worker? And how should we perceive a healthcare worker? And just to see what different viewpoints the kids have and how we can teach them to have different viewpoints, to have multi perspectives about a situation, a job, or a person, that are not that they should not be put into one box, but we should look at it at a multi-perspective way. The second one is change and continuity. So if we look at history, what history was, what happened in history, what they were capable of, what they had, versus now, where we are. If we can teach that to kids on a way that suits them and their needs. If we look at communication, it's an excellent way of teaching kids how things have changed. We can use some visual representatives. We can use an old telephone laying around to show them this is what we had in the old days, this is what they used, and show them a newer smartphone and what we use now. We can also use a computer, what the old computers used to look like with their box, and the laptops we use now. Another one of communication is letters, how they were could only communicate using letters, and how we simply can just dial a number and talk to someone at the same time. We do not have to post a letter, we don't have to wait for a letter. You can just push a number, dial it, and then call someone. That's the way we can show the learners change from history to now, and then as they move to the higher grades, bring in more serious topics for them to see what was, and then what is, and what was and still is, how they can compare those two things. And then the last concept is empathy. I think empathy is a really important one. We should empathize with someone and different situations. We cannot just simply listen to a story and think, oh, okay, no, that's acceptable, and it's not. We should show empathy towards each other and compassion, and we should look at history and look at the present. The children can use empathy when we discuss a topic about disabled people, how we can help them, how our society can help them and assist them, how we should treat disabled people, and if we can dive back into history, how they were treated, and how we should learn from our mistakes and improve in the present. We can get in a guide dog, teach learners how we should manage a guide dog, what we should do. We should not play with a guide dog, we should not touch a guide dog, we should respect the owner that needs the assistance of that guide dog. And that will teach them empathy. And again, if they move to the higher grades, empathy can be taken into more serious situations, can be discussed a little bit more seriously. So that is the 3 concepts I have chosen to write my essay about. And I think that is the most important ones to me, that I feel I could really see myself in the classroom from experience. And that is just what I feel I could really relate to, and that I feel a bit more passionate about. The other concepts are just as important, but these 3 stood out to me. Thank you. Have a good day.